That man should not have to practically beg you to get sexy for him at home. When you have no problem getting sexy for strangers outside. Understand what I'm saying? What sense does that make? Why do you not want to get sexy for him anymore? What you with him for? That's what you really need to be asking yourself. What you with him for? If you're going to stop doing all the shit you was doing in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, that be the goddamn problem. People want to stop what they was doing in the first place, and that's when that shit be getting dry as hell, and now you outside looking for God knows what, trying to get attention from God knows who besides your goddamn man. You heard it here first. Yeah.
If there's one kind of content that makes me so, like, nauseated and agitated and literally blows me up, it's these wives and moms that get on the internet and post these, like, I can't stand my husband. My husband is kind of a deadbeat, but I love him. Yeah, but I'm going to make like 20 more videos about how he's a deadbeat. And I do everything, but my husband doesn't do. It's just like ripping on your husband and ripping on, essentially, if you rip on your husband, honey, you're ripping on your family. And honestly, if you rip on your husband, you're ripping on yourself because you chose him, right? And you're still there.
What advice do you have for single guys here in New York City?
Say what you mean, do what you say. If you like them, tell them. If you don't like them, cut them off. Stop wasting people's time by not telling them that you don't like them.
Get a job. I'm sick of this. I don't want too much equality. Go get a job. I want to sit on a porcelain throne alone.
I think before you approach hitting on a woman, make sure your is correct. Are you even available emotionally? Are you there? Are you just gonna waste her time?
I think men are not trying anymore because they're afraid of coming off. Learn how to read a room, but stop being a little...
Just pick up women or have... It's like, because if you're a guy in New York and you want to have sex with a woman, I suggest going for an old school prostitute.
Just be respectful and cool. You can be normal.
I mean, go for it. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of creepy guys, but it's easy to tell when a guy isn't creepy.
Get to know her. You know, buy a pair of binoculars, find the nearest tree to her window, and see what she does at night. Get to know her a little bit. The best part is, like, you know she'll always get home safely because you're following her there.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
So one thinks I'm hideous. Okay, that's just fine. I've been told that I've been ugly multiple times throughout my life. So many, in fact, that I've actually lost count. I've even been called hideous before. But honestly, whenever I hear a comment like that, I'm actually rather grateful that that particular individual does not find me attractive whatsoever. Because by saying something like that to another person, and this goes for anyone that ever receives comments like this on their pages, be grateful, because that individual has actually revealed a great deal about themselves and their true character. Because only an individual who is truly insecure with themselves would take it upon themselves to try to bring down someone else.
Being with the wrong woman will affect your parenting. If you have kids with a troublemaker, a nut job, it's going to cause you problems for decades. But you didn't realize that when you were inserting A into B, did you? Oh, and then you decided to marry it. The woman you marry is never the one that you divorce, ever. Divorce brings the worst out of people. The woman that loved you and bore your children is now your biggest enemy when you go to court. That being said, a man's value is in his future, not his past. Whereas a woman's value is in her past, not her future. Did you ever buy a used car? You pay for the damage that other people did on that car. No woman in the world is ever going to tell you the truth about her past, ever. She's always going to misrepresent it 100% of the time. Underneath the glossy exterior, underneath the beauty, underneath what you think is sexy, is nothing but problems and future heartache.
I've made videos about men being attracted to teenagers that got virtually no response from men in the comment. They know that to be true. Everyone knows. I made videos that most married men are cheating on their wives. Everybody knows that. The evidence is there. Virtually no response from men. But I made one video, and the men are fighting for their lives in the comments. I said that a man is not a provider for simply paying household bills in a home that his children reside in. He's simply taking care of his basic adult responsibilities. and he would have to pay those bills whether he had a wife or not. He had to pay them before her, and he will have to pay them after the marriage ends. But when he pays them in a marriage, he gets immense credit from society and an inflated ego about it. And in most cases, all men have to do in marriage is pay the basic bills and come home, and they don't have to contribute nothing to the raising of the children, the duties of the household, or the maintenance of a marriage. They just get to come home and relax because they are the provider. Men know this trick very well. Upon getting married, they also obtained a maid, a cook, a nanny, and a sex worker for that same salary. Men are worried that if women figure out that having a title with most men is not a glory, in fact, it's a detriment to most women's mental and emotional health, they are worried that if they can't convince you that that title is the ticket to the good life, they're going to have a very hard time obtaining all of these services for a very mediocre and average salary. Men are extremely worried that women will figure out this scam, because how are they going to obtain all these services if you figure out that you're the one giving him the fairy tale?
Men are out here grinding all day and coming home and expecting to be wanted, coming home and expecting to talk to a friend. But instead, they get to the door, and now modern women are nagging them, telling them, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. Men just get burned out. They get burned out. And it's not a life that men want to be around. It's not a life that men want to live.
You know, I'm sick of seeing girls and stuff being on TikTok being like, oh, he was insecure. Like, he was just insecure. And, you know, his relationship just didn't work out. Oh, he was insecure? So he didn't want you going out partying late at night without him? At a frat with a bunch of drunk guys that want to sleep with you, with your hoe friends that do sleep around with guys and cheat? Oh, I'm sorry, he was insecure. Like, dude, it's trust. If you really loved him, you wouldn't want to go do those things. Like, when I love a girl, let's say I want to go do something, and she's like, that makes me uncomfortable. Because I love her, I don't sit here and go, oh, you're insecure, or you're being controlling. I do what's to make it better. What's more important, that frat party or your boyfriend? Because I guarantee you, he's not insecure. He just loves you and doesn't trust you around men because he is a man and he knows exactly how men are. And men will sleep with anything they can nowadays. They take one sip of alcohol and they sleep with a couch. Anyways.
Speaking of women who are taking care of men, Kandi Burruss, she has to now pay her ex-husband $500,000 and he walks away with 5 cars. And he also gets custody of the children.
That's baller for him. That's baller, okay. Man, that's a deal.
As a man, I just don't respect that.
How you don't respect that?
Because it's just
why
like...
he can't get his kids some cars and some bread from the woman?
I just think it's just burnt out.
Why is that burn when women do it every
women
day?
And men are different. Men are not supposed to be like women, and women are not supposed to be like men.
Well, she's clearly the breadwinner, and so clearly she was taking care of him. So clearly, when we break apart, this is what's run me something. Because I was like, you know, I was living this lifestyle with you. You know, that ain't even in my hard ass. So what's some cars, some material? I mean, the kids, she probably like, shoot, I can live my best life now anyway. And I'm always going to be able to see my kids. They're probably going to live right down the street from each other or whatever. You know, so it's all to the goodie. And she probably wanted it like that.
You're still out here with this car, you work all day and then come home and ignore everything else for this stupid thing. We don't have money for anything I want, but you've got time for this every single day.
This is why I stay in the garage. I need
You should
money.
call here.
I need
You're
things.
out here wasting time again.
Done with this.
He works all day and he's not allowed to have a hobby? If he's working all day, are you also working all day? And I would bet if you genuinely supported him having rest and time to himself, and there was something that you actually wanted, maybe a specific item, maybe a new pair of shoes, whatever it is, and you brought that up to him and you were genuinely supportive of him, he would probably be more than happy to get that for you. But what do you think he's doing at work? Throwing a party? You think he's at the zoo or something? I mean, you're not exactly being the type of person he would want to spend time around. It's so funny how some women will be like, I don't want to be his mother, but then you act exactly like a mother. What are you gonna do? Ground him for 2 weeks? Like, what do you even expect from him?
To what point does this Shira 7 boss girl mentality, man-eater type of thing just become begging? Because I feel like we're at a tipping point here where it is becoming extremely obvious that a lot of girls in the dating pool, you guys just don't got your bag up. Like, expecting a man to fund everything in your life in order to have a shot with you, and you're asking a man for money for, like, everything. Maybe you just don't got it for yourself. Like, it's like a different thing if he offers, like, wow. So, you know, I'm sure anyone would appreciate it. But to have it as a set condition, like, I don't understand. Is this like rent a girlfriend? Like, he gotta buy you? Your wallet just must be full of flies. Like, I'm not saying we should be ashamed to be broke, but like, let's call it as it is. It seems like begging. You know, call me crazy, but I just don't think money should be at the center of a romantic relationship. Obviously, this is like a different story if it's like, oh, you know, like if I ask and he doesn't for like something like small emergency or I don't know. Obviously there's context. Obviously there's problems if he does blah, blah, blah. But this new generation of thinking where like a man gotta do this financially for me to have a shot, is it really like girl power, or is it like you're low-key just a beggar?
You know, guys really can't win with these modern women. If you pour in a lot of effort, emotion, and attention, a lot of these modern women are so emotionally unstable that they'll reject you because they think that you're doing too much, you like them too much, you're love bombing them. And at that point in time, a man is like, why? There's too many stupid games going on.
How someone treats you when they are upset says more about your relationship than any I love you ever could. Anybody can buy flowers or plan a date when life is feeling easy. But conflict, that's when the real test shows up. And I will be honest, I struggle here. When I'm angry, I can be quick with my words. Quick in the heat of the moment that I wish I could take back once things calm down. And I've learned the hard way. These moments leave a bigger impact than any romantic gesture ever could. Because the tone we use when we are frustrated, the way we choose patience over pride, respect over rage, that's what actually builds trust. That's what creates safety. And that's what makes love last. At the end of the day, it's not the grand gestures that matter most. It's how we handle each other's hearts when they are most fragile.
I don't get why women think that men are afraid of commitment in marriage when we don't understand what has changed. 30 to 60 years ago, the natural next step for a man was to meet a woman, build a home, and build a family. Like, that was literally the goal. But over the years, something has drastically changed. There are many things that have changed, and I'll get to that. But today, men are moving very carefully and cautiously before they take that big step into marriage. And it's not because they don't want love and legacy, but they have seen what can happen to your life when a marriage goes wrong. They have seen brothers, family members, friends lose their money, lose their homes, lose their children. Like, they get it, so they are moving more cautiously because it's a huge risk. And at the end of the day, they know it ain't no real benefit to get married. Men have gotten so smart over the years, and that is because you all talk to each other and tell each other about your experiences. So now you're focusing on you, your finances, and you're watching your relationship super close. A man wants to make sure the woman he chooses, she truly brings peace into his life. Men have never been afraid of commitment in marriage, but what they are afraid of is committing to the wrong situation. So instead of rushing, many men are taking their time. And the reality is, a lot of men are realizing that they can still have a family and build a legacy without rushing into marriage. Because the legal commitment of marriage feels very different than the emotional idea of love.
I have to ask you, Dad, if this season of your life were called It's Giving Blank and you had to fill in the blank, what would it be called? And you have to say it's giving.
This is my golden years, and this definitely is giving.
Have you ever fought?
Every relationship have disagreements and things, you know, sometimes you get infuriated about. But yeah, we settled our differences before we went to sleep. A man ain't gonna never think like a woman, and a woman is never gonna think like a man.
Yeah.
So women are not the same as it was back then. Like, it's so many distractions and so many ideas out there that got a lot of people twisted. Life is sometimes not fair, and sometimes you gotta punish kids and you gotta make them go stand in the corner somewhere and stuff like that, because if not, life is gonna teach them.
Do you think I chose right by letting Brock choose me? Do you think he's gonna be a great husband?
Brock did everything right. When I see a man do something like that, that showed me he's got some honor.
Do you think that it's up to a man for a woman to be feminine?
Man, this generation, I don't know what to say. A lot of these modern women really don't have the emotional intelligence in order to be in a relationship. It was a woman invalidating, if I remember correctly, a woman invalidating a man for being sick, talking about it makes him weak. Modern women continue to disrespect men, underappreciate them, don't show them any support, dismiss them, don't show them basic respect, and they wonder why men continue to walk away.
I had to be honest with myself. I do not meet men at all. I sat with myself and I was like, okay, let's kind of think about this. How often am I actually meeting men? Like, let's just say weekly. How often am I meeting a man a week? The answer was 0. And here's the thing. I know there isn't anything wrong with me. I think what it is my lifestyle. I saw another creator talking about this exact concept. It's not you, it's your proximity, it's your lifestyle. And I was like, oh, let's talk about this a little bit more. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me kind of like run this down a little bit. But here's the thing. I work from home. I go to the gym, but it's a gym that's mostly filled with women. And the men who are there are either married or they are into other men, which is cool. But that doesn't really help me at all. And then when I go out, I'm always out with my friends, which y'all know I love my friends down and I'm always gonna go out with my friends, but it really had me thinking, where would a man even meet me in the first place? So here's the thing. Proximity isn't just physical, it's intentional. You know what I mean? Because yes, I'm outside, I'm doing my thing, but I'm not really in spaces where those interactions are intentional or where it's even happening to begin with. So I'm needing to put myself in situations, in places like more co-ed classes or going to an actual gym that has a more diverse, wider variety of people, events that are actually geared towards social interaction and all of that. And of course, dating events are part of that too. I've been going to those, but sometimes it's not enough, or maybe I'm not going to the right dating events, or they need to be, I need to maybe do a little bit more research on other dating events. So the question is, if I want a different outcome, do I need a different environment?
I'm sorry, but I will never be the wife who tells her hard-working husband he can't go sit in the tree stand or grab a couple of drinks with his buddies after work. That man works so many hours sometimes during a week, I lose count. He breaks his back so I can be home with our babies. He doesn't ask for much, but if what he does ask for is a few hours with a rod, a rifle, or just a little peace and quiet, baby, go. Have the time of your life. He deserves peace. He deserves a break. And I'll be right here when he gets home with dinner, a kiss, and probably a few things he still needs to get done, but will do so with no complaints. Let that man breathe. You want a happy marriage. Do not make him feel like a prisoner in his own home. You don't build a man up by controlling him. You do it by loving him right. And when you treat your man like a king, watch how he shows up for you like a queen.
Why are so many first dates failing? Why do men have so much trouble getting that second date? Do men ever take a moment to pause and say, okay, I'm having a very high failure rate, or I'm not having a very high success rate with this. What do I need to change up? See, the problem is a lot of men never do that. And that is mind-boggling to me. I have a background in sales, and I have a background in lead generation, and that's really kind of what dating is. And if I'm sending out cold emails and none of them are working for a week, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change up my messaging. I'm going to change up my subject. I'm not going to keep doing the same thing over and over again because it's me. If most men are not getting past a first date, then those men need to take a look at what they are doing in that date that keeps them from getting that second date. And buying her a plate of food is not going to get you or guarantee you a second date, particularly if your personality is off-putting, if your behavior is off-putting.
A lot of these modern women continue to say things, stupid things like, a man can't satisfy me no matter what. So why is he busting his behind even trying? Why would he be doing that? If the bar is impossible, and the bars and all this other nonsense, and oh man, you know, he took me out to he took me out to eat or whatever and whatnot. But that's the bare minimum. He took me out to one of these fancy restaurants, but that's the bare minimum. You've already decided that he can't make you happy. And guys see that, and they just say, you know what? Let me not even try. Let me continue to make myself happy.
You're making it seem like if a woman is overweight, there's nothing else that she can
no, that's not what I'm saying. What does your boyfriend do for a living?
He's in restaurant business.
I don't know what that means. He could be a waiter.
He's in the restaurant. He works with different restaurants and supplying inventory for them.
Okay. Does he make over 6 figures?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. What do I do for a living?
I don't know. To be honest with you,
I am a personal and corporate image consultant.
Okay.
You know what that means?
Yes, I know what that means.
That means I'm qualified to say the things I'm talking about.
No.
Oh, no. Don't come in here with that mess. I am qualified to say what I'm talking about. See, we were doing so good until you're going to sit back and say an image consultant can't talk about image. Now, if you want to have a conversation, we can. But you can't just decide to make up just because you don't like it. You can unmute yourself.
Oh, you weren't even letting me speak.
You got right, because you're not going to talk over me.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Well, yes, you were, man, because when I said I'm an image consultant, an image professional, that means I work with men's and women's image. I'm a professional. I get paid very well for what I do. It's not an opinion, it's a professional fact. Science, data, facts, statistics to prove it. I get brought in to teach soft skills nationwide. You got an opinion. Our two things are not the same.
Things men do.
Here comes the bullshit
that give me the ick.
Back we go to the Lululand, where the Delilahs automatically get the ick anytime a man doesn't want to be a walking ATM. You ain't never lied.
Letting the unpaid check sit on the table.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
If you're on a date and the comes and the guy doesn't immediately grab it, even if you're like mid-story, like don't let it sit on the table for like more than a couple seconds. You should be instinctively grabbing the check.
Flag on the play. It never ceases to amaze me how the Delilahs have such good advice for guys, but none of the shit ever benefits the guys.
So that there's no wondering or like making the girl feel like maybe she should put her card down.
Pay the bill.
It's an ick. Like take charge and just pick up the check. It's more if you just like grab the check when she brings it or he brings it. Don't let it linger.
No free lunch for you.
I think we've heard enough, gentlemen. Listen, don't let these Delilahs shame you into spending your hard-earned money when you only probably gonna know her for a few nights.
That's right.
Because if she ain't willing to earn your provision and allow you to move how you choose to move, you probably need to show her ass taillights and tailpipes.
They're mad at her because her husband respects her.
Y'all, I'm in Kroger, and you would not believe the audacity some people have. Me and my husband are in the shopping. My husband, the baby. Mr. Baby, the baby. We in Kroger shopping. We on the aisle now. I'm looking at stuff. And this woman is with another woman. And she's like, sir, excuse me, sir, can you reach this out the top shelf for me? We're short. I look at them. I look at him. He look at me. He said, boo. The fact that he knew he needed permission to help these people, and the fact that they thought they could just ask him and he was gonna move for them. The audacity. Ain't that right, boo? That done tickled my soul.
She's so happy that
So I say that to say this. If you are in the store, married or single, by yourself, and you need help, and you notice that the man that you about to help from is with a woman, the correct thing to say is, excuse me, ma'am, is it okay if your husband can help me get something from the shelf? Don't put that man in that weird situation. Because my husband's like, he didn't flinch, he didn't move, he looked at me, and he like, boo. And we both knew what that boo.
I don't see anything wrong with him asking if it was okay for him to do that. Women in the comment section under this video is mad. They're gonna say, I promise you, girl, nobody wants your husband. She never asked if anybody wanted him. She was just saying, a woman asked for help, and out of respect, he asked me if it was okay. That's it. Y'all don't want the man, but y'all want the man's help. You see how funny that is?
A lot of these modern women are destroying their own lives. They like to say that men are the only ones making bad choices, but when a guy sees a woman lose custody, lose her bond, lose quite literally everything, and she's not asking, what did I do in this situation? Why am I losing in this situation? He's not trying to go towards that, because that's no accountability. That's no accountability. You're destroying your life, and then you're saying, well, everybody has it out for me. No. Well, maybe something bad has happened to you, but maybe at some point in time, you've done the bad things. Maybe at some point in time, it's been you that's the bad person. Modern women can never get that through their heads.
So, I'm hot. I know I'm hot. And I love when insecure men come in my comments and get personally offended by the fact that I called myself hot. A secure man would never, by the way.
Why is it always the mids that got the most to say about supposed insecure men? Why is it always the mids that got the most to say about how men feel about them, or that they're insecure because they don't find them attractive? So on one hand, women are always like, attractiveness is subjective, but the moment that a man doesn't find you attractive, now he's insecure. Can someone make it make sense? And let's be so for real. Women get confidence confused with arrogance, because your overestimation of yourself with lack of regard for other people is arrogance. It is not confidence. A true confident woman doesn't need to get on the internet and call men insecure for not finding them attractive. You are literally a 5 at best, and then you open your mouth and want to say on the rooftops how hot you think you are, and most men would probably think that you're a 3. And you can't convince me that women that have to constantly convince other people around them that they're hot are secure within themselves. Because if you're hot, if you're good at your job, whatever the situation is, you don't need to say it out loud. The actions, the words, the way you present yourself speak for themselves. And clearly, just by this video, when you open your mouth, you might be initially like a 6 or 7 or even a 5 to some men, but then you open your mouth and you become a 3. Because a lot of y'all, like I said in the beginning of this video, confuse confidence and arrogance. It's almost like y'all come on the internet and it's like you're trying to convince yourself that you are the hottest person alive because you don't even believe it yourself. And then you call these men insecure because deep down you're actually insecure about how you look. So you're projecting your own insecurities onto other people. Because if you're so secure and you're so hot, then why do you need the validation from other people to let you know that you're hot? It's the same way that when women post gym selfies and it's just for her, we all know that that's to make her feel good and boost her self-esteem and get that validation and that dopamine hit that she's looking for. And this video is the exact same thing. Y'all love to blame insecure men for everything, but you never stop to think about maybe you're actually just insecure because you have a shitbag personality and men don't want to talk to you in the first place. Okay, bye.
I think men need to really understand it is more of a risk than a reward dealing with you men. And that is why the majority of women require some security deposit, some type of monetary value when dealing with you men, because it's a fucking risk. The risk is higher than the reward, meaning there's more bad things that come out of dealing with men than good things. So women want to get the little itty bitty good thing that you're gonna fucking have to offer, because what the fuck do you niggas really be having to offer? Nothing. You niggas can barely handle y'allself, let alone think you deserve a woman. So women are saying, what the fuck can you give me right now before you even waste my time, potentially give me STDs, potentially throw my PA, potentially abuse me, potentially kill me, potentially destroy me, come ruin my self-esteem, come have me second guessing myself. Before you come fucking with me, what the fuck do you got to give? And it don't be shit, and that's why a lot of you niggas get ignored. Cause you don't have shit to give that's really beneficial for somebody to risk their life, their peace of mind, their well-being to come fuck with you niggas. You niggas think because y'all men that women are gung-ho to come fuck with you. Well, guess what? Now we are all as a collective are seeing men were never the motherfucking prize. You guys were never set up to be romantic motherfuckers. You guys was never set up to be technically monogamous anyway. You guys should be breeding and then let back into the fucking wild, not in the home with the children and the wives. That's not nature. Now that women are figuring out life is a lot peaceful when you have men at a fucking distance and you just use them for the help and then you send them back to the fucking wild. Life is fucking peaceful. You may need to understand y'all are a liability.
Let me tell you how quickly men can talk themselves out of coochie, because I don't think they understand how quick this shit can happen.
Glad you put this on the internet. Very, very glad you put this on the internet. Now I can see some of the...
So anyway, I'm in the Dunkin' Donuts line. I'm in the drive-thru getting a snack and a drink so I can dilly-dally in the city today. I'm in the drive-thru. I see this guy coming out of Dunkin' Donuts. He's fine. I don't see attractive men ever really, or at least one per year. So I'm like, okay.
One per year is the craziest shit that I've ever heard anybody make up in the entirety of my living. But okay, shorty.
This is my one time to see an attractive man in March, fine, whatever. So I'm looking at him because he's fine as hell. So he comes out, he sees me, and then he kind of like, you know, I can tell he's gonna walk over to the car. So I'm like, oh, okay, yes, let's go. So he comes over to my car, and I roll my window down. He was like, oh, you're very pretty. I'm like, oh, you're very handsome yourself. He's like, what's your name? Whatever, we do that whole thing. Then he's like, can you take your glasses off so I can see your eyes? I was like, ugh. Immediately no.
Shorty just came on the internet and just made all of that shit up for clout, views, likes, clicks, you know, all this validation shit that they do. You mean to tell me that you went into the Dunkin' Donuts line, okay, and homeboy came out, randomly looked in your direction to a woman with shades on, shades, okay, walked over to your car randomly, knocked on your window, asked you to roll down the window. Now, this is all coming up in the time and era where they're saying men are so dangerous and men are so this and men are so that and they are so afraid of men. And you agreed to it. Agreed to it. And you got turned off because a man who has never seen you before asked you to take your shades off so he can see your eyes. Bitch, this math ain't mathing. But, so you can get your likes, views, clicks, and agreements, so all the bird brains can come together in the comment section and be like, yeah, bitch, I can't believe they be talking themselves out of this and that. So you can get all of that. You told this to the internet, dummy. Y'all gotta stop this shit, bro. Please, for all of us. Please stop it. Y'all lonely as hell. I'm gone. That's it. That's all. Shut the fuck up.
Modern women say a lot of dumb stuff. A woman said, I think she said something similar to the effect of, if he's paying the bills, he benefits more. Like if a man is out here working all day and he's only paying the bills, he benefits more. How? If you're managing the household, he's paying for it and he's working all day. He's got to cover all of that. That's not necessarily a deal. That's him funding your lifestyle, and you resent him for funding your lifestyle. And that's why you see men just going solo, because modern women will pick out and find ways to cry and complain about a man paying all he has to do is go to work. What are you talking about? That man has to make 3x to 6x his income to take care of you and the kids and everything that goes along with that. You don't just do that overnight.